This is a game about life. This is a game about death. But most importantly, above all else, this is a game about shaking a rat. Because this is Rat Shaker. While scrolling through the PlayStation Store's horror game catalog to find a game to make a video on, I found Rat Shaker for $3.49. Now, all I knew about this game is you shake a rat, and it's supposed to have some horror elements in it, so I immediately downloaded the game to shake the rat. Getting into the game, it starts with you in a wheat field holding a rat, with the only objective being to shake said rat. And they are not lying, because you really got to give this little guy the business. I played this on PS5 and I actually had to shake my controller up and down for like a minute straight. It was rough. And also, not to mention, the rat fucking yells in your ears the whole time while you shake him.
I'm like, have you like molest my control? I'm gonna break something. I'm gonna like let something loose.
You're gonna snap your wrist off.
This guy's gonna finish.
Also, to clarify, I played this game with my two friends, so I will be cutting in footage of that playthrough. Upon filling the rat shaker bar all the way, a house will appear from the ground in the distance. And now you need to do the same thing again, shaking him for a whole nother minute. Only this time, there's ominous music in the background, with text telling you to keep going. After completing the second bar, a windmill will spawn in, and the rat will speak to you.
It doesn't matter how much you shake me. You can't undo what has been done.
And of course, we need to fill the bar yet again, taking a whole nother minute, but only this time, we hear a strange voice in the background encouraging us to shake him. Upon completing the third bar, the voices tell you to squeeze the rat to the point of submission. If you squeeze the rat for too long, the rat dies and you get dragged down to hell. But if you do as the voices say and stop right before the rat dies, he will speak to you.
I yield. You've broken my will, O great shaker of rats. The answers you seek are over there. Beyond that hill stands a house that has no familiar shape. A house built by sin. Go now, Rat Shaker. Seek what you yearn for.
After he speaks, you can start walking around and head to the house. But if you choose not to head to the house, you can go to the barn and find a little Easter egg that I thought was pretty funny. So I guess we're just fighting Wile E. Coyote or some shit, because there's just a floating anvil that only falls on your head when you look up. So that's cool, I guess. When you go to the house, you need to interact with the door to open it. And here's where the two controls come in. You need to shake the rat to charge up the meter at the top of the screen, and then squeeze the rat to use the meter to interact with objects. Pretty simple. Also, fun little detail, but the flying stuff around the entrance of the house is just little rats with wings, so that's kind of fun. Also, periodically throughout the game, the rat will stop and just make random puns for no reason.
Cheesed to meet you too.
I'm killing him now.
Entering the house, nothing seems out of the ordinary. We see some boxes in the corner, and not all the kitchen is set up, so it's a clear sign that the house is still being moved into. In the bedroom, there's a photo of a couple, as well as there is no baby room yet. These things will be important later. Turning on the TV lets us watch an infomercial about rat poison called The Rat Shaker. Doing this will give us a piece of a picture and let us progress. So far, this picture doesn't really mean anything to us. Going through the open door by collecting the picture takes us down a flight of stairs into the exact same house, but something is clearly up. The house is cluttered. There are beer bottles everywhere, and it seems as someone has been sleeping on the couch. Also, several items in the house explode if you interact with them, and I was relentlessly trolled into turning on the stove.
Go and interact with the oven.
You put the rat in the oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cook him.
Matter how much you shake me.
Oh, you're going to the oven, motherfucker.
Stop running.
Upon entering the bedroom, we see that the couple's photos are gone, and it's just of the husband drinking beer. Also, throughout the game, there are famous paintings, but with the main theme of them being rats. A lot of them are religious paintings, with, the main characters being a rat. Like, a picture of Zeus, but, like, he's eating a rat or something. Or there's like, tons of random pictures that they might just be a funny little joke, or they actually connect into a lot of, like, religious symbolism. But I'm not going in depth too far on that one, so, piece that one together in the comment section if you want to figure this one out. Entering the spare room, we find that there is a crib in here now, and there seems to be rats eating a baby inside the crib. So yeah, this is where the game gets downhill from here.
Oh.
You paid the
Yikes.
baby.
After interacting with the crib, we get another piece of the photo, revealing part of a girl. Going down the next flight of stairs takes us to the static room. I'm not really sure what this room means, but if I would have to guess, it was part of the protagonist's brain is mentally blocking him from seeing the room. But as we do, we descend deeper into the house and deeper into madness. So basically a shameless Silent Hill 2 ripoff. We now make it to the third stage of the house, with there being burnt corpses suspended in the air, as well as the house being more and more in disrepair. But luckily the rat doubles as a glow stick.
I don't fucking
No.
think so.
Okay.
Tyler, what
I
the
thought
fuck
my
is
character
this?
just like ripped his jaw in two, but he just made a light stick.
Also, earlier I fell for the classic bait of leaving the stove on and dying. Well, I didn't learn my lesson the first time apparently, so it happened again.
Do I actually have to do this time?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, you do.
You're a troll. You're a nasty troll, dude.
I swear to God, no. This time it comes out of the stew.
Tyler, go do it.
If I fall for a classic bait, fool me 3 times. For
Entering the baby room, this time we see that the baby suspended in the air and maybe burnt or covered in blood. You can't really tell. You have the option to play the game with a pixelated filter on or off, and for the footage I kind of flip-flopped in between the two, but the dead bodies will always be pixelated out so you can't get a good look at them. In the next room we can see some corpses wrapped in plastic on the TV, but if you stay too close to the TV for too long when it finishes the cycle, the TV will explode, sending a piece of glass through the rat, killing it. And this ends with us being swarmed by other rats, then killing us. Going down the next set of stairs, it's an infinitely long staircase. It takes like 2 minutes to go down. So yeah, once again, shameless rip from Silent Hill 2. But at the bottom of the stairs, we find the real basement this time. The basement is full of what looks to be jail cells, barrels, and bathtubs. I'm sure most of you can put 2 and 2 together with those items. But just, yeah, moving forward we find a flesh hallway with the next piece of the picture revealing more of the girl. Moving to the next hallway we find the last piece of the picture revealing someone going to strangle the girl in the photo. And then the rat chimes in.
I wonder if she knows what happened under her own floorboards. Enough. Your iniquities have led you here. There's no going back now. Face the truth.
Something sinister is going on in the basement of the house, and we need to face the truth of what's really happening here. Going through the basement, we find tons of missing posters and corpses thrown throughout the rooms. And also this poor son of a bitch who got crushed by an anvil. Going deeper into the basement, we can see that there's more disfigured corpses and more random flesh appearing.
Oh, this bunk hole's opening up.
Let's
What am I popcorn?
Oh, it's closing. Shy. This is
Well, maybe
nasty.
you
This is a
should-
bad bit.
Doesn't want me to enter.
Maybe you should just keep shaking, Tyler, and then walk
Maybe if I
through
kiss it a little.
He's scared. Oh, shut up, dude. Come on.
Now progressing, we need to turn on generators throughout the basement and follow basic instructions like stop shaking the rat when it tells you to in bold letters. This is too complex for me, so I kind of failed this part a few times.
I swear to God, if this blows up, I'm gonna be.
The next part of the basement is the bathrooms, and for this part I want to talk about the jump scares in this game. In normal games, the jump scares feel forced. In order to progress, you have to go through a section where you have to get jump scared, so if you replay the game, it just kind of feels less scary and more repetitive since you know it's going to happen. But in this game, I played it 3 times for the video, and I faced new stuff and new jump scares each time it happened. Like for multiple stupid bits, I went up to the toilet and shower and stood right next to them, and then it only triggered the jump scare then. You don't even need to enter the bathrooms in the first place, let alone walk up all the way to the urinal for the jump scare to trigger. So for me, these jump scares hit harder because they're really less unexpected, and to my shame, the jump scares got me so bad I accidentally reset the game.
What do you think of these weird encased showers? Like the enclosed ones?
I don't like the design because it looks very like sarcophagus, Iron Maiden, evil rape shower. But I think the liquid.
It'd be
from
really
both
hard to get
sides-
raped in this shower.
Yeah, I was thinking we should put it
Anti-rape
in
No!
That's what you get.
Continuing forward, we find a disgusting room covered in blood, as well as another nasty little room covered in shit. We have to go into a flesh maze to find the last generator to open up the path. And in order to get the platinum trophy for this game on PS5, which I ended up doing, you need to stay in this flesh maze for like 5 minutes. So I just sat there while corpses screamed at me for 5 minutes and my rat did shitty jokes. So this is probably what hell looks like. After turning on the generator, we can go down an elevator with Kevin MacLeod music playing in the background. At the bottom of the elevator, we are once again given instructions to find her. Reaching the end of the basement, you come across a chapel and find your wife.
Look at what you've done.
What did I do?
What started
This?
with vows of love now ends wrapped up in
Did I kill my wife?
reduced to rat.
Put the rat on them.
Wait, shut
You
up.
are the wife shaker.
I'm the wife shaker? Did I shake
You're
my
the
wife?
wife
to
shaker.
death?
I guess so.
Oh, I don't like that.
Power of love.
Did I get wife shakered?
Or husband shaker.
Okay, well I guess I lose then.
The game ends with you finding your wife and her killing you. But I didn't know until way later that you could actually get a different ending by running away.
We have the house surrounded. Come out slowly, and we can end this peacefully. Nobody else needs to get hurt. That's it. Let's get this rat bastard.
So in this ending, instead of getting killed by your wife, you just get gunned down by the cops. So that's maybe a little bit better, I guess. Now, I know all of this makes like no sense at all, so I'm here to try to put this together and make it make some sort of sense. There aren't a lot of concrete things in this game, so a lot of this is just how you interpret this. So going back to the start of the game, the rat remarks the house is built by sin, and to abandon all hope ye who enter in. Which, if you didn't know, in the book Dante's Inferno, that was a sentence written on the gates of hell before he entered in. And also, there's tons of religious paintings covered up by rats in the house, so that might be a little connection with religious themes of the game. The main house has 3 different stages. The first with a happy family moving in and seemingly preparing to have a baby since the baby room is in the middle of being set up. The second stage of the house seems that the wife is no longer in the picture and the protagonist took up drinking, which explains all the beer bottles around and the photos of him with the beer, and which also led to him neglecting the baby, causing it to get eaten by rats. Now, I'm not really sure the order of death between the wife and the baby, or how the baby specifically died, so this is kind of just the best I came up with. The wife realized what was going on under the floorboards, which I'll mention later, so he strangled the wife, as we see in the picture that we pieced together, and then the protagonist took up drinking to cope with the fact that he actually murdered her. This led him to forget about the baby, and the baby would eventually be eaten alive by the rats, hence the imagery of all the rats swarming in the crib. And it's also clear that the house had a rat problem in the first place, since the protagonist was looking to Rat Shaker, which is a rat poison ad on the TV. At first I thought the wife and kid died due to a gas leak in the house, with all the bodies being burnt and the tons of imagery of explosions when you touch almost any item in the house. In the third and final house, we can see that the rat problem progressed even further, with the baby since being dead, and the protagonist going insane with all the imagery of flesh everywhere, and the house being contorted. I do think the protagonist regretted killing his wife, as the game is you just going deeper and deeper into his mind to try to find out what happened, going through the house of torment he built for himself due to the guilt of killing his wife. So once again, a shameless Silent Hill 2 rip. But why did the protagonist kill his wife? This is kind of a stretch, but I think the protagonist you play as is a serial killer. The rat mentions that your wife had no clue what was going on under her floorboards in the basement, and as we get into the basement, we see tons of dead bodies and the missing posters going along with them. We brought them down here in the middle of nowhere where the house is located, and he locked them up in the basement, hence the cages and prison cells, and he would later kill them and incinerate them, hence the incinerator room, as well as dissolve them, hence the bathtubs and barrels we see in the basement. So I'm not sure why he's a serial killer, but there's too much evidence that points to it, so yeah. And there's also the anvil guy too, so not only is the protagonist a serial killer, but he's also fucking Bugs Bunny. Okay, so far we have the protagonist is a serial killer, the wife found out, so in order to not be caught, he quickly killed her, wrapped her in plastic, and then, you know, he kind of felt bad, so he drank a lot of alcohol, forgot about baby got eaten by rats, and then now we move on to the basement chapel section. Once you come across the wife, the rat mentions even further that you killed her, and for her then to be resurrected and kill you. Or you run away and escape only for the cops to shoot you in the head. Okay, so this now goes off into two branching theories that I have. One of them is the protagonist was in some sort of cult, hence the weird rat symbolism everywhere, and also him killing people and leaving them in weird satanic positions. So he used said cult powers to resurrect his wife, only for her to be evil and kill him. That is the first theory, and for the second one, it's once he came to the end of the basement and his brain remembered what happened, the wife then killed him, which I'm taking as a metaphor for him killing himself after the realization and not being able to handle the truth. Or for the second part of it, he quite literally continues to run away from the truth, and the cops later raid his house and he ends up dying. So it's either he feels too guilty and ends up killing himself, or he continues to go crazy and runs from the truth and the cops kill him. So yeah, I actually used my brain for this part and pieced the story together all by my big boy self. So I could have totally missed the point of the game or have gotten it completely right. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because I mean, this whole story is kind of just you figure it out. It's in the background. You could play the entire game and just shake a rat and have fun and not pay attention to any of the story and still have a fun time for $3. Or you can actually like look in depth at each fucking picture frame and the beer bottles on the floor and, you know, piece together the story. So for a game being only 30 minutes long and costing $3, this was way better than I ever could have hoped for. On the surface, it's a stupid game about shaking a rat that turns into a disgusting story of a man killing his family and not being able to come to terms with it. So this is probably one of the best games I've played in a while. Closing the video off, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a way shorter one, but I still hope it was entertaining nonetheless, and if you liked it, you should consider subscribing or checking out my other videos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and hope to see you guys in the next one.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, it's my cheddar.
You too. Have a good day.
There was something off about the rats. Their smile and general demeanor, the constant puns. There was no way they were actually talking. Something was seriously a Swiss. I was running out of time.